Oh, there, just another quick video. I hope you're all doing well. All you people, all you Jesus freaks out there, you need to get it in your head. They've lied about everything. They've not lied about everything and then give you one book that's got the truth in it. They've lied about everything. Religion, you're part of a legion, like what you have in the army and everything else. You're religion. That's what you're in at the minute. That book has been twisted. It's got some truths in there, don't get me wrong, but they've inverted all the truth on you. The good guy's the bad guy's the good guy. They've flipped it on you. Stop you ever finding truth. They're not going to lie about every other thing that they've given you. Every other textbook that you've been given, that they've written, had the finger in like. They're not going to give you everything else as lies and then give you that book as the truth. You know what I mean? That Bible's been rewritten 1,000 times over to suit them. You need to fucking wake up, people, because if you're just stuck with your head in that book thinking Jesus is going to save you, then that's exactly what they want you to do. Because while you're busy thinking that man who never existed is going to come and save you and resurrect you, you're not finding real truth. And that's exactly what they want. You're distracted with that. You know, you're spending one of your days every week, if not more, going somewhere where they're just singing more bullshit into your head. And there's nothing up with being in a group and being happy. That's what we're all about. But make sure you're putting it towards the right God. You know, praying to ask for stuff, it's wrong. God's plan is God's plan. God's all encompassing. He's always with you. God's plan is God's plan. You have good times in your life, you have bad times in your life. Everything's polarity, yin and yang. It can't just always be good, and it won't always just be bad. Everything works on balance, day, night, up, down, left, right. You know what I mean? Acid, alkali, everything's polarity. Negative, positive. Everything, you have to have good and bad. It's how the universe works. It's balance. It's the universal balance of everything. That book telling you Jesus is going to come and save you, it's absolute bollocks. I feel sorry for you, I do, because once you can see the real truth, and us who can see the truth know that this is the way, and God is all encompassing, and God's plan is God's plan. You can pray to God thanking God for what He's already done for you, and you can pray to God thanking His divine plan, and thanking that you breathe the air that she gives you to breathe and the food she gives you to eat. You can thank God, because you know she loves being thanked, and put your blood over your intent to get out of this spell that you're under, and then you'll see that God's all encompassing and God's plan's God's plan. I've had bad times, you know. I got 34 months in jail to do 18. I got 18 concurrent with 18, and but basically, you know, I ain't like that anymore. I've put my blood over my intent. I don't fight. I wouldn't even get in a fight now. If somebody wants to hit me now, they can hit me. I don't care. I ain't going to hit them back. I'll just put my arms behind my back and say carry on, make them look stupid for hitting somebody who's not going to fight back. I used to love fighting. I used to be a totally different person. I put my blood, I found Quasi-Luminous' channel, put my blood over my intent after watching a couple of his videos, and now my life's totally flipped around. I can see the world for what it is. I can see the universe for what it is. I know God's all encompassing. God's got a plan for us, and that plan's to bring heaven back to earth, so we can leave heaven behind in our wake. And that's what you've got to get focused on, people. If your head's still focused on Jesus and another one of their lies, Jesus is the sun above your head. Jesus places his light into the holy hole, and out comes the astral jet. That's the Akashic records that rains down, and the sun is writing it into existence as it goes round, and then it rains it back down your intent, and then it manifests through that. The sun writes it all onto the CD, and it's a loop. It's an energy loop. It goes two ways. It goes in through the sun and out through the sun, and same with the black sun, in through the sun and out through the sun. Because it's an energy loop. You can't contain energy. You can never die because you are energy, and energy can only be transformed. You know, you can't dispose of energy. Energy can't go anywhere. You know, everything that's in the universe now, they try and say there's this famine and everything else. There's never any more or any less of anything. It's always the same elements going round, being swapped about, different chemical reactions going here. It's always the same amount of stuff just being pulled one side or another. You know, polarity. There's never any more or any less, never any more water or any less. It's always the same. Well, you could probably create more water, but you could only use the atoms of the elements, the raw elements that are already there. There's never any more or any less of the actual raw elements that make everything up. There's a set amount of them, and there's never any more, any less of them. So all this about plastic waste and everything, it's not. There's nothing bad about it. It's elements that have been shaped into that, and they will break back down into something else. It's no problem. It's all the same elements that have just been mingled together to make something. They have you feeling it's bad and everything. Everything they tell you is just so far from truth. It's unreal. There's never any more, any less elements. It's the periodic table. There's a set amount of them, and everything works under this set amount of elements. You know, some might go here for a bit to make one thing, some might go there for a bit, but it's always the same elements. They've just been put into chemical reactions to make other things. The overlying principle is the Holy Grail. That you've got your spear of destiny. If you've got a compass, it's where pointing in the red arrow on it. It is actually south. Don't get into that because it gets confusing. It is actually being attracted south, but it's north on the way we know it because they flipped it on us. So on the north-seeking part of your compass, the red part where the blood goes, like the menstrual blood of the sun, that's where you need to be heading. Follow your compass back home. We're all going on a mass exodus in 2019 because Illuminus pointed it all out. He's been chosen. He was chosen. He started speaking to the sun. He was speaking into the sun. The sun's conscious. Everything's conscious. You've got to realise this. The sun's a conscious being. It's an androgynous relationship between the sun above your head and the sun beneath your feet. You're on a level plane, and it's got two sides to it, and you're on the wrong side of the gate. You're in the brick shit house right now. You've got to go in to get out. You have to, you've heard that said before, in to get out. Well, the holy hole, that is in the centre of the dish where all compasses point, and we're going there in less than 1.5 years, I think it is now, and we're heading there. We're going on an exodus. It might come sooner, it might come a bit after, but round about that sort of time there's an exodus going on. When enough of us are side by side, blood thicker than water, that's when it's happening. Thanks to Quasi, it's all becoming real. This movement is just growing and growing and growing. It is like rolling a snowball down an hill. It starts off with an handful and you roll it and it just gets bigger because more snow sticks, and the bigger it gets, the more that sticks, the bigger and bigger it's just like that. It's just an unstoppable. It's meant to happen. It is meant to happen. Everything's by the book, and it is meant to happen. That Bible, it has got some truths in there, but they've just inverted. They've inverted the good guy and the bad guy. If you start to read it from the other way around, you're starting to get somewhere nearer the truth. But even then, they've done stuff to try and trick you by saying the devil, because the devil's the Pope. Them are the devils, the reptilian hybrid shapeshifters. Them are the ones that own you. Them are the ones that are keeping you here. Them are the ones you need to get away from. They're like all male energy. That's why they come from like the Antarctic ice ring, out of them pockets in the earth there, because that's all male energy. You're caught between the male and the female energy at the minute, but you're more masculine energy, and your feminine divine's being cut off, and they're hitting you with a square wave coming from the moon. Now, I don't know whether the moon's a reflection of the earth, and because they can see that reflection in the dome, they actually pinpoint radio waves of some sort at that reflection, knowing that if the reflection, it's going to spray it back down at the earth, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to see a reflection of something in your eyes and somebody shines a light in that reflection, it's going to hit you in the eyes. So I don't know whether they use that reflection of the moon or whether it's implanted, or I'm not too sure on that yet, but what I do know is it's sending a square wave down and it's keeping you all fucking retarded, man. You need to get to Quasi's channel and wake up, people. It's fucking really not hard. Really ain't. Hello, little pidgeyback. As you can see, he's still just chilling here, like. But yeah, basically, home's that way. That's where we need to go. That pigeon, in case you ain't seen one of my videos, Cat had him about 4 days ago. He got a damaged wing, made a little pen in my bedroom. Getting better. He'll be back out flying around soon. RSPCA just kill him. The cat would have killed him. So I stepped in and rescued him. He jumped into my arms. He's quite happy to be rescued. Yeah, you need to start sun gazing, people. That sun is amazing, like. Yeah, that's your eyes to start with. It's not damaging them, it's just the squintiness because your eyes ain't used to it. Because, like, you've been shut out the sun all your life, and really you should be in the sun. That sun turns you superhuman. Your brain, it goes amazing after staring into that sun. Your eyesight gets amazing. Anything long distance, I can see brilliant now. I couldn't, I don't even have glasses. I never had my eyes tested, but my vision never used to be brilliant. My eyesight's amazing now. I can see stuff up close really good, where I can see stuff that I never used to be able to see in the distance really well. And like the dreams that you have, I have a dream every night now. I can see that heaven's coming to earth. I'm in full control in my dreams, absolute full control. I had a nightmare, and it's like I'm in my dreams with loads of people who I know, and it's like we're all in this same place together on the other side, like talking. It's madness. It's like this is what they've hid from you, and it's all real. It's like 50-50, you're half awake and you're half asleep, you're half in the physical and you're half in the back in your subconscious, in the spiritual. And it's another place, I'm telling you. You know, it's another place, there's a whole other map there. You start to learn after a bit, when you've had like 4 or 5 dreams that are exactly the same, after about 4 or 5 dreams that are exactly the same, you start to realise that there's a map, just like there is on this site, that you can go around and do stuff in. And it's fucking amazing, like, and I absolutely love it, I do. As I say, Jesus ain't going to save you though. They've lied to you about everything. So please, if you think Jesus is going to save you, all I'm asking you to do, go to Quasi-Luminous' channel and just have a look into it. Just get out of the face value stuff that you're stuck in. Because as long as you stay trapped in this face value reality that you're in, where you take everything at face value and you believe it, and you believe everything that somebody else has told you without researching it, well, that's just absolute idiocy, that is. You know, you've got a brain up here. You can evaluate everything yourself. If something's too hard to do with the maths, there's a calculator. It's not like, you know, it's the only excuse is ignorance. You've got no excuse apart from ignorance, because the evidence is there. The evidence is there. The sun above your head's Jesus. So saying to people, Jesus is going to come and save you, Jesus this, you're so wrong and you don't even understand it. And like Mother Earth and like the goddess Lucy, you know, she's looking down at you and she's thinking, how are you not fucking seeing this? How are you still going around pushing Helios on people and you're not seeing this? Don't get me wrong, Jesus is the other side of the same coin, but when you draw off the Jesus side of it, it's the male side of it, and it's not good. You know, you can put your intent into Jesus. Jesus is conscious, and you'll get out what you put in. But to worship Jesus is to worship the male side and be stuck on this side of reality, and that's not what you want. You want to get back to your feminine divine. You want to get your brain 50-50. You want your feminine side working, and you want your masculine side working 50-50, half and half. So you see everything, but without being dualitized, without it being polarized. You bring it back together and you make it all one. You know, it's just an illusion, because where we're from, there is no such thing as bad, hate and stuff like that, because we're loving, empathetic beings, and we're at a much higher resonation. It's only when you've come to this denser side, you've split from being this all-encompassing one being, and being split into two. You've been split into good and bad, and it's an illusion. It's not the case. It's where you're from, it's just a higher resonation. It's just all love, it's just all peace, it's all tranquility, and you see this stuff, you see visions of it all the time. You know, I smoke a lot of marijuana, I do, and the stuff that I see after smoking weed, the meditations I get into, it's unreal. The knowledge that you take out the Akashic records, and like obviously I live in England now. It's my favourite time of the year because all the Liberty Cap mushrooms are up. Psilocybin, they're called Liberty Caps for a reason, freedom caps, because they're free you from this fake matrix reality that you're in. That's the only reason they're called Liberty Caps. And then you've got the Statue of Liberty in New York, showing you the green astral jet coming out. That's why she's green with a flame in her hand, saying that's liberation. The spiritual side is your liberation in life. The physical side is what's holding you in hell, and the spiritual is your liberation out of it. So that's why Liberty Caps, psilocybin, freedom caps, Statue of Liberty, she's green. You're missing it all, people. It's rubbed in your face on everything. I think that's all I'm going to say for now. Love you all anyway. Hope you're all doing well. I know for a fact I am. And if you can't see this stuff, as I've said before, I'm sorry, but you know, we're trying to push it across to you so you can see it. We're trying to help you. We're putting videos out every day. I'm not standing here because I like putting videos out. No, I wouldn't have even done this like 6 months ago. I'm doing it because what I know I can't keep to myself. It'd be a crime against humanity to know what I know now through Quasi-Luminous and keep it to myself. That is an absolute crime. Once you know that the Holy Grail's over there, you'll be exactly the same. When it clicks in your head and you realise, hang on, that is right, you know, you can't keep it to yourself. You've got to get videos out telling everybody the Holy Grail is over there, your compass is point home. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Like, love you all. Have a good day.